Hey, hi everyone. Good evening, guys. Okay, good evening, guys. Let's start the session for today. So, in the previous session, we understand about the importance of having a cloud, why people are going towards the cloud, what sort of the things that cloud is giving an added advantage to the customers. So, all these things we have seen, right? In today's session, what we do is like we will start our first topic as part of our journey. So, we will start our first subject, that is our Azure. So, in order to work with an Azure, we need to know about Azure account creation, right? So how this account creation is going to be and what sort of a prerequisites that you should be thinking before you create an Azure, sorry, your AWS guys. Okay, Azure we will create it a bit later, but we will talk on the AWS part. So whenever you want to create your AWS accounts, the first thing that you need to remember is like you need to have one email address. So either it might be your Yahoo or your Gmail, or you can go with your Outlook. Any email address is fine. So this is the first item. So second thing is like ensure that you guys are having one debit card with you. So I'm just going to make a big note, guys. So don't use credit card. Use debit card. Third thing, like ensure you are calling your bank and asking them to enable online bank. How many of you guys have done this part? Everyone is ready for your account creation today?
Yes, sure.
Good. That is good.
I think I have already.
Nice. Good. Very nice, guys. Good to hear that. Good. We will create it. Okay. So these are the 3 points that you need to understand in terms of prerequisites. Right? Let's try to understand the post requisites. Post requisites is like account is valid for 365 days. Almost. What almost is
Hello?
1 year.
Hello?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
Toby. Go ahead.
uh,
Somebody saying something? Okay, fine. We will proceed further. Okay. So now account is valid for what, guys? Account is valid for 1 year. Now AWS provides many services where you can't create whatever you. This is a clause that you need to remember. So what does it mean? So it means that whatever that you want to create, you cannot create. You can create them, but they come up with a concept called free type. Okay, just give me 1 second, please, so that I'll just create something for you so that in the future we can reuse it. So this is my. So as part of your account creation, let me write down the theory over here. I'll go ahead and I'll write the theory. The size and then the format. Very good. So what I was explaining is like, so we are going to discuss about our free tier. So there are terms and conditions, guys, that you need to remember about your free tier. So account is valid for 1 year, where you guys can go ahead and properly, if you are using it, then you can use it for 1 year. They're not going to charge you anything. But whatever you want to create, you cannot create everything, guys. So there is some sort of a limitation. Okay. So what is the limitations? So this limitations is like, on a monthly basis, you will get some quota. For example, let's say like you are going to create a server. So whenever you want to create any server in AWS, AWS is selling a service called EC2. Using EC2, you can create a servers. Using EC2, what you can do? You can create a servers. Now, what these guys are telling is like, hey, since you are using free tier account or free trial account, so you are eligible to use only 750 hours per month. Now you might be thinking 750 hours is too much for me, because in 1 day I will have 24 hours, right? Into 30 days is how much? 720 hours plus 30 free hours they are giving. What you are getting? You might be thinking that, okay, so AWS is very good, they are going to give me one server for free of cost with the 720 hours plus 30 free. For total 750 hours per month you are going to get. This is for what? This is for only one server. So if you are under this limit, then you are good to go. You are free. You don't need to pay any money to AWS. But imagine like I am scaling 2 servers. So 2 servers, monthly limit is 750 hours. Means 750 divided by 2 is how much? 375 hours per server. What's happening here? Here, if you are scaling up 2 servers, then per server or maximum limit for your EC2 service is 750 hours per month. Now, since you are spinning up 2 servers, maximum number of hours that you can run single server is 375. If you are creating 4, if you are creating 5, if you are creating 6, then you will start losing your free tier eligibility. As a result, what happens is they will start billing you, or they will start charging you more money. What happens? They will start charging you more money. So that's the reason. Always keep your thumb rule. What is a rule? Rule is quite simple. First thing, make sure that you are creating resources like EC2, VPC, S3 when you are doing practice. Once you are done with the practice, ensure that you are deleting everything. Make sure that you are deleting everything. So now by doing this, what is the benefit that you are going to gain? You might be thinking, sir, I'm in the middle of a practice, sir. I just need these few servers only. I'll just go ahead and I'll keep them running, right? So guys, practice makes man perfect. Okay, it's an old saying, guys. Definitely it will work. Now, how this is going to help us for you guys to gain a confidence, right? So whenever I say like gaining a confidence, in a matter of 20-25 days, you will become pro in AWS if you are following my guidelines. So here what happens is like every day you try to do the practice, every day you will delete the instances. Tomorrow when you want to do the practice, again previous day whatever the work you have done, there is a dependency, which means like the previous day work you have to do it to complete your current day's practice. Let me explain you the scenario again. Let's say like day one you did the practice, you destroyed everything. Now you want to do the practice for your second day. So if you want to do the practice for the second day, I will link the content in a such a way that you should be doing your first day practice, then only you can complete your second day practice. So there is a tight dependency which is going to come. So if you guys are doing this as a culture, daily you are doing this one. So then what happens is like over a period of time, when I say like over a period of time, it is not a years. In a matter of 40-45 days, you can play with your AWS. Right now, I am asking you one question, right? How many of you are familiar with the AWS services? Anyone in the class? No one, right? If you know why you will join the class, even I know that. Okay. But same question after 40 days, I will ask. Then let's see how many of you are going to answer that. Okay, keep this question, guys. Definitely I'll ask after completing it. But this is the practice, guys, that which you need to ensure that you are doing it. So daily create the or daily complete the practice, daily destroy the infrastructure. Daily complete it, daily destroy. Daily complete it, daily destroy. If you guys are doing like this, you will be getting your free tier account for 1 year. Blindly you can go ahead and you can use it. They are not going to charge you. Especially for DevOps, we are not going to use very heavy services. It's very simple services only. So hence you are not going to get a overbuild. Even though if you guys are getting overbuilt, let's say like sir, unfortunately I just ignored it, sir. I was unable to complete it, sir. I forgot to do it. That is also fine. You don't need to worry. Okay. So what AWS will do is like they will send you 2-3 reminders. So after they send you 2-3 reminders, if you are ignoring it, they will disable your email address. Again, you can start creating your free tier account with your new email address and new details. Okay. So anyway, guys, here we are not exploiting anything. So we are ensuring that we are learning AWS. So this is our ultimate goal, and this is what we are looking for. So what is the main purpose, guys? Our main purpose is like we are looking for a right thing. This is what we are going. Any doubts or any issues from any side? Anyone? Okay, fine. If no doubts, guys, just give me 1 second. I'm just giving one. Please. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm back. So this is about your free tier account, guys. So now where you guys can go ahead and see a bit more. Sir, you told just only for one service. Like you just took only for MEC2. How about others? If you would like to know about others, then how we can see it, right? You can search for AWS free tier. So where you can go ahead and you can see about your free tier eligibilities. So now when you go here. So they will give you the free tier eligibility. Let's say like if you want to deal with Amazon EC2, they are giving you 750 hours. If you want to go with Amazon ES3, they are giving you 5 GB of data. If you go with the RDS, which is your database service, they are providing you 750 hours. Likewise, when you go, you will be getting your Amazon DynamoDB 25 GB, and this all your AI related services out of scope. So your AWS Lambda related services, or else let's say like you want to deal with your disk. I'll go ahead and I'll search for it. If you would like to know about my EBS volumes, I can search for EBS. Okay, so EBS they are giving me 30 GB of disk. So like this, whatever the free tier eligibility that you would like to verify, so all those free tier related things you can come here and you can verify. Okay, so this is about your free tier account, guys. So now what I need is like I need one volunteer, so where they can share your email address and your debit card information, so that I will create the account for you. Anyone would like to share the details, guys? If you can share the details, then I will create the account for you where you guys can use that account. Anyone planning to share? Oh. So guys, if no one is planning to share, then I'll just walk you through like how you guys are going to create your accounts. So after completing the class, you can create yourself. So how we're going to do is like, so this is my AWS free tier. So click on get a free tier account. So once you click on free tier account, so they will give you an option, create a free tier account, click on this. So here you will get an option. So where as part of your option, you are going to get create a new AWS account. Create a new AWS account. So now as part of this, they are going ahead and they will ask you to give one email address. They will ask you to give one email address. So whatever the email address that you are having, ensure that you are giving here, and then you provide your account name. What name that you would like to get as part of your account. When you log into your AWS account, what is the name that you would like to have? You can give that and click on verify email. The moment you click on your verify email, what it will do is like it will send you a notification link where you can validate that this email is currently working. So let me create an email, guys, so that I will show you. Let me quickly create an email address. So click on create a free account. So here I will say like KSR @outlook.com. Click on next. So password, I'll give something. Okay, someone have raised a hand. Is that? Yeah, Toby. Tell me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, please.
Yeah, I have a question. So I have an AWS account, right? I don't have any instance running, any account running, and then I didn't deploy anything yet, but they keep charging me. I don't know why. And I check my billing thing. There's nothing running, no instances running, but they keep charging me. Why?
Oh, okay. Then we need to verify, okay, what is charging more in your account. We will see what is the option, I will show you like why they are charging. But let's complete this one. We'll try to complete our registration process where I will show you how we are going to do it. Later point of time, I will log into. and I will show you so that you
All
can
right,
cross
thanks.
validate with your end. Is it okay, Nati?
Thank you.
Yes, let me complete the procedure here. Yeah. The first thing I'll say yes, sir. I'll say default. The context. So country of origin, I'll give India. So I'll randomly pick some number. I'll click on next. Now this guy will ask for a authentication, guys. Just click on submit. Just wait for some time. Okay, so my email address is ready. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I will sign up. I'll say a KSR multi-cloud patch 1 at the rate. In my account name, I'll give the same name. And then I will proceed with verify email address. So the moment you click on verify email address, what it is doing, it is going ahead and sending me a OTP or a verification code. So this is what, this is my verification. Copy it, paste it, click on verify. So it's telling me, yes, this account is valid. This account is valid. So now with regards to root password, I will set the credentials. And I'll click on continue step 1 of 5. So now when I go ahead, so here is the important item, guys, that you need to remember. So do not select a business plan. If you select the business plan, then they are going to charge you the money. Select a personal plan. Select a personal. So under the full name, I'll say a KSR multi-cloud patch 1. So in the country code, I'm going to select my country code and I'll give my mobile number. So country is India. So in the address line, let's say address line, I'll give it as a, okay. Guys, everyone please make a note. Whatever the address that is reflecting for your debit card, whatever the address that is reflecting for your debit card, ensure that you guys are giving that address only. A valid address where that card got delivered or where your bank is linked. Ensure that you guys are giving those details here. So as part of our address line, I'll say okay, simply I'll say a Bangalore. I'll say IGSR layout. City is Bangalore. So state and provisional. I'll say Karnataka. Postal code is 567. I'll say I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions of. So here what am I doing? I'm going ahead and I'm giving all my details. I'll click on continue step 2 of 5. So here comes the billing details, guys. So you have to ensure that you guys are giving your billing information like your username. Sorry, not username. You have to give your debit card number and your expiry and your CVV and then your card holder's name. So once you guys have submitted this information, keep a note, do not select this button. Save the card information for faster future payments. Do not select this. Do not select this button. If you are selecting it and if you are in India, so then as part of your RBI guidelines, these guys will deduct the money from your account directly. So don't do such a mistake of saving the card information. Do not save it. It's not required. Okay. So after you fill all these details, make sure that you guys are giving your PAN details, whatever the PAN number. So those who are not from India, so you don't need to worry, guys, because you will be having a separate identification number in your country. Then, as part of a country, whatever you are choosing. So here, let's say like if I am choosing, United States. I think it's okay. I'll click on change. So the moment I choose United States, so here, how come they're asking PAN number? I'm not sure, guys. They will have a PAN number or not in US. Okay, but yeah. So this is how it is. Once you provide your debit card or a credit card details, and then set your expiry and the CVV and then the card holder details here, and make sure that you guys are not opting for this option. I don't opt for it. So if your country is telling, if your country terms and conditions are telling like, okay, go ahead and deduct the money for the card holder, then they will deduct by blindly. So if you select that option, then they will deduct the money from your account. So after you fill all address details, just click on the verify, continue. Okay, I don't have any debit card here supporting Indian origin, so I don't have any cards right now with me. I'm not going to get that. But for your information, so after you click on verify and continue, in the fourth step, so here the step is 3 or 5. In the fourth step, it will ask you to enter your OTP. It will ask you to enter OTP. And once you enter the OTP, 2 rupees from your account will be deducted. If you guys are coming from some other country, then it will deduct $1 from your debit card or credit card. Debit card or the credit card, whatever the card that you guys have. Okay. So once that got deducted, then what happens is like, then in the step 5, they will go ahead and they will ask you to give me a mobile number. Whatever the mobile number that which you guys are having right now in hand with you, whatever the mobile number that which you guys are having with you, ensure that you guys are giving that mobile number. Ensure you guys are giving that mobile number. So what happens is like AWS for verification purpose, soon after you give your mobile number and click on call me button, immediately they will be calling you for the verification. Immediately they will go ahead and they will call you for the verification. After you verify yourself, then your account will be active. So this is your whole procedure, guys. Now, if you would like to have the screenshots for that, so then let me show you the screen. I'll ask Mahesh to share the material with you guys, most probably today or tomorrow. Okay, based upon the availability, we will try to share them. So now when you go to your AWS account creation, so this will be the screenshots, guys, that which you're going to have. So you'll be getting a 12 months of free trial, and then where you will be filling your personal and then followed by the information. Once you fill all these details, so where it will ask you to create an account and continue. So it will ask you to provide your debit card. So please make sure that you are not giving your credit card. Fill all the data. So after you did it, so here make sure that you guys are filling the PAN details. Right? In the screenshot it was set as a no, but don't select no because they are rejecting it. So you will not get the free trial account if you are selecting it no. Make sure that you are selecting it as a yes. So after you select yes, then it will come and it will land here where they are going to charge you 2 rupees from there. So choose either SMS or the voice call. So after you fill these details, after 2 rupees got deducted from the account. So you have two options, either opting for an SMS or opting for a voice call. So once you are done with that, then you can go ahead and you can provide your details here, like your mobile number and then the verification, and you will be getting your call from AWS where they will give you the verification code. 4-digit account, 4-digit verification code they will give you. You can type that 4-digit account, 4-digit verification code. After you provide it, your account will be activated. So now make sure that in the support plan, you guys are selecting the basic plan. Do not select a developer or do not select. If in case like if you guys are selecting your developer plan or plan, then every month, whether you use the account or not, they are going to charge you the money. Okay, so now come down. So now finally, it will ask you what is your role and what you are interested in. You just select your role as a student and you are interested in. And then finally click on submit. Finally, you can go ahead and you can log into your account using your email ID and then click on next and then you can provide your password details. So finally, your account is going to look like this. So this is how your account is going. Any doubts from anyone?
Sir,
Before we proceed?
Sir.
Channa, tell me, Channa.
Sir, in the first step, it's asking me to confirm the identity. I'm not sure if is it the same thing or is it like something else like the confirm
okay.
identity.
Yeah, you can confirm that.
Like it's asking to it's a giving the drop down academic, business operations, and personal use. So I'm selecting that. Not academic.
No.
Okay. And
Which
ownership
country
type
you are in?
is
You are in
I
India?
added in India, sir.
You are in India, right?
Mm.
Okay, academic focus. So okay, okay. Personal. Where you are getting this option?
The step 4.
Step 4. What are the different drop-down options you have?
Okay. So for the it is asking for the confirmation of your identity, and in the drop down it is getting like academic, business operations, government services, personal use, product development, research, and other.
Click on academic focus.
Okay. And there is also another drop down, ownership type. So it has
values.
yeah. So the values are company, cooperative society, foreign company, Hindu undivided family, non-government organization, partnership, individual, and sole proprietorship.
Individual.
Individual. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
You selected academic, right?
Yeah, I selected the academics.
Okay, fine. Okay, anyone have created your accounts, guys? Okay. Good, Chaya. Good work. Nice. Sir. So let's go ahead and try to explore about our free tier limits. Let's understand about our AWS. So what is an AWS quota and why this is required and what is used? Right. So imagine a situation that you have created your AWS account in real time. So once you have created your AWS account in real time, then let's say like you went ahead and you spinned up 1,000 servers. Instead of giving one or instead of giving 10, you guys just have given 100 or 1,000. Then what happens is like it will go ahead and it will create 1,000 servers for you. It will go ahead and it will create 1,000 servers. So now who have to pay the bill? Who have to pay the bill first? You pay the 1,000 servers. There's only one parameter. In the one parameter, you will be getting an option. Okay, how many servers that you need? 1 or 10 or 100. So instead of giving it 10, I just give 1,000. Then what will happen? It will start scaling up 1,000 servers. If I start getting 1,000 servers, then end of the day, end of the month, I have to pay the bill. Even though you are deleting all the servers immediately. So the minimum billing duration is 1 hour. So now for all these 1,000 servers, 1 hour billing you have to pay from your pocket. So to avoid such kind of an issues, so what AWS is doing is like AWS is setting some sort of limits. They will set some limits. Means soon after you get the account with an excitement, if you go and if you start creating everything, it will not work. It will not work. Why? What is the reason? The reason is like they have a concept called a quota for each and every account. There will be a limited quota which is limited. Now, based upon the consumption, let's say like this month I built it. Next month, if I try to build 10 more servers, you can create them. But on the day one, soon after getting the account, if you start creating 30, 40 servers, they're not going to entertain because you're not going to have the default quota value set to 30 or 40 servers. So you will be having max to max, you'll be having around a 10 or 2. So based upon the consumption, slowly the quota value automatically it will get. But there might be cases where in real time, when you are working for a project, you might encounter an issue of exceeded quota. You might be getting an error message where you will go ahead and it will say like, okay, exceeded. So in such cases, what you guys are going to do? In such cases, you are having two options. First option is call the AWS customer care immediately and ask them to increase the quota value. And the second option is yourself, you can raise a request directly. So how you guys are going to raise a request directly with your AWS? So let me sign into the account, guys. So once, guys, it will log into this account, but I don't have any subscription. I'll simply now. So now what I'll do is like, I'll go ahead and I'll start searching for a option called quota. Okay. So click on service quotas. You can click on service quota. By the way, I didn't explain the UI, right? So guys, you see here, this is the drop down menu where you guys can go ahead and you can see what are all the different services that AWS is providing. And on the right hand side, you can able to see like in what region, that means like are they providing services in the Europe? If they provide in Europe, what are the different locations? The Frankfurt, Ireland, Paris, Stockholm. In South America, in which region these guys are providing? In the Asia Pacific, in which region they are providing? In Africa, where they are giving? In United States, where they are giving their services? You can easily see everything over here. You can easily see the things over here. It is visible. In what countries that these guys are providing the quota for you, sorry, services for you. Okay. So now in the search widget, I can go ahead and I can search for any service. So what are all the services they are providing? You can see like all the services. When you click on all the services, starting from A to X, they are having different services. So if you start piling, if you start, scrolling down and all, you will see a lot of services. So we don't want to learn everything. We'll keep our learning with a proper boundary. So now let's say like I want to search for a option called quota. So where I will go and I will select the service quotas. When I select my service quota, so here you can able to see like AWS services. Let's say like I want to see the service quota assigned for VPC, Amazon Virtual Private Cloud. Click on that. So now if you observe here guys properly, so these are all the different quotas guys that was allocated. So one of the main item which we are looking for is like number of VPCs. Let me reduce this one. So IPv4 CIDR blocks per VPC. This is what? This is 5. So at any point of time, if you feel like you need to raise a request for this, like, okay, I don't want to, block myself with only 5 VPC CIDRs, then you can raise a request. So how you can raise a request? Simply click on the resource, whatever you want to raise, click on request increase at the account level. So now the current count is a 5. If you feel like you need to increase it to 10, you can click on a 10 and you can click on request. So the moment you click on a request, immediately it will go to the AWS account service request queue, and the team, they will see your request and they will solve it. But if you are in a hurry, that next 2 minutes or 5 minutes that you want to enable, then what you can do is like you can go ahead and you can raise a support case. What you can do, you can go ahead and you can create a support case. So how do you create a support case? Search for the support case here. Search for a word called a support, click on it. So once you click on a support, so here is the option where you can create your support case. In real time, what happens, guys, whenever you try to work, let's say like you are unable to figure it out, what is the solution for your problem? Let's say like one of the servers is down. You don't know what to do. And no one is there in the project. So then what you will do? Simply go to the support, click on a create a case. Since we are using a free tier account, we are not eligible to open any technical related cases. See here, this is my technical related case. I cannot create a technical case. Because it's a free tier account. But when you are working for an organization, you will be getting paid account. So when you are having a paid account, then you can freely go ahead and click on a technical and click on create. Even if I try it around, it will say like, okay, man, support plan is a basic. Support plan is what? Basic. Just upgrade it so that we will help you out. This is what they will say. So if I click on technical, see, so expert technical assistance, business support. Okay, so I cannot create it, but in real time you can create it. Let me click on clear. So now what I'll do is like I'll show you. So go to your support cases. So click on create a case. So I can create only account and billing related things, guys. What is the service? Let's say like I'm unable to create account activation related things. I can give. What is the category? Account verification or payment method verification pay? It's a general question. And I click on next, additional information. What is the subject? What is the description? So why it is not working or what is the issue that you are currently facing? You can give all those details. Finally, after filling all those details, okay. So then finally click on next. So don't solve the problem, guys, immediately. So here what you need to select, have you added a valid credit card? I'm telling yes, I have added a valid credit card. Have you confirmed the credit card details on a file, other character recommended? I'm telling yes. So this done, all this I'm telling contact the bank and write this. Okay, next step. So let's say like account activation issue. Okay, I keep. I'll say like please enable my account. Come down. Next. Okay. So now after you click on a next, then what happens is like a engineer will be assigned for you. Assign for you. So and he will take care of your case and he will start solving the problem. Whatever the problem that you guys are having, he will go ahead and he will solve the problem. Okay. In my case, I don't have any issues with my account, guys. Everything is working. Now, if you guys are having any doubts, please let me know. We can discuss on the doubts. Everything is clear for everyone. What is your support case? What is your quota? How do you raise a request for the quota? And how do you raise the cases for your technical issues in real time? How do you create your AWS accounts? All these things are clear. Shall we proceed? Okay, we'll do a small exercise guys starting from today. Okay, since you guys are not telling me anything, I'll keep it in a different way, right? So whenever you feel like you guys are having some doubts, ensure that you guys are raising your hand. So if I see someone is raising your hand, so then I will give you an opportunity to ask the question. So let's follow this one. So let me copy paste it. Okay, good. So let's start with our first assignment. Just give me a moment, please. Oh, fine. So as part of our AWS, let's try to understand about our first service called IAM. So ideally, IAM stands for Identity and Access. What does IAM stands for, guys? IAM stands for your Identity and Access. Okay. So this is your fundamentals. Fundamentals part, we are good to go. Explained about your free time and other things. Let me create a new folder, guys. Just give me a sec. So now, what is an IAM? Why we have to use an IAM? What is the benefit that we are going to? We will try to understand in terms of. Imagine a situation that I am having my AWS. So this is what? This is my AWS cloud platform. So now we are going to host our entire company into this cloud. Means whatever the applications that I want to build, whatever the servers, network, load balancers. So literally whatever infrastructure that I want, I'm going to take it for my company from AWS cloud. Now, am I the only person who is going to work for this company? Or are we going to have multiple people who are going to work? See you guys. So whenever I try to create my AWS account, what I have provided? I provided different details. So what are the different details? I gave my mail ID. I gave my password. What did I give? I gave my mail ID and I gave the password. So now, whatever the user, whatever the credentials that you have given during your account creation time, this user, we call it as root user. This user, we call it as what? We call it as root user. So now what is a root user? So root user is the highest privileged user who can do whatever he wants in your AWS cloud. So what is this user, guys? This user he can perform anything in the cloud platform. Means if you want to create any resources, he can create. If you want to delete anything, he can delete. If you want to modify anything, he can modify. Literally, whatever you want to do, he can do. Whatever you want to do, he can do it directly.
Like
Okay.
a system
So
admin.
this is what.
Like system admin role.
Yes, like in a system admin way, we have a root user, right? So like the same way, this root user is going to have a super privileges where he can perform whatever he wants. So this user, with what we are creating this user with our mail ID and the password. Okay, so this user can do anything. He can perform anything based upon his requirement. So where he can perform everything in the cloud platform. So in the cloud, whenever he want to do anything, what he can do all the items. Okay. Now, this we are calling it as our end-to-end company's account. What we are calling this as our company account. When we say like a company account, inside my company or inside my organization, I'm going to have multiple people. Always I'm not going to have a root user, right? So I will be having other users. Let's say like I'm having my user, this is my user 1, this is my user 2, this is my user 3, this is my user 4, and this is my user 5. So I'm going to have multiple people who are going to work for my company. Let's say that I'm going to have a user. Let's call this user as a tester. So I will have different roles in the project. So where I might have my testing team. So where I have one tester. So where I have my developer. So where I'm going to have my QA engineer. So I'm going to have a QA engineer. And I'm going to have system admin. Let's say like I'm going to have a database admin. And many people are going to be part and parcel of my cloud because these all guys are working for our company. Now, can I go ahead and can I share this mail ID and password with everyone, guys?
No.
Can I share these credentials with all these guys?
No.
No.
No. It's very bad practice. So, security issue. We can't share credentials with everyone. What is the problem here? Problem is like we cannot share credentials with everyone. Why? Why? Because if everyone is having access, then it's going to be a big risk to the company. So then, how we can solve this problem? I have multiple users. Multiple users wants to have a privilege to my AWS account, where these all guys are working for a same company. So now I will go to AWS and I'm going to tell AWS like, hey, AWS, give me a solution, man. I need multiple users. These multiple users need to get access to my AWS cloud. What is the solution that you are going to give? So when we go and when we ask AWS for a solution, what AWS is telling us is like, okay, man, I will give you a service called IAM. What is a service? AWS is selling to the customers. AWS is selling to our customers a service called IAM. So what is the meaning of an IAM, guys? IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. Okay. Now when I go ahead and when I ask my AWS, okay, I have these many users. Can you go ahead and help me in granting the privileges for these guys? Then IAM is telling like, definitely I will. Which means when any tester wants to get an access, when Any tester, when he want to get an access, he can get the access via IAM. He can get access via IAM, and this QA engineer, he can get access via IAM. System admin also can get access via IAM, and the DB admin also can get an access via. So literally what IAM is doing, guys, IAM is playing a crucial role in providing the access to the individual. Okay. So this is the importance of having your IAM service, identity and access management service. Let's try to understand a bit more about our. But architecture wise, this is how it is going to be. Let's take a simplified scenario. So where we will try to create one user and we will articulate the requirement. Let's say like I have my user called Ajay. Ajay, he joined our organization recently. What is the scenario here? Scenario is like Ajay have joined our organization recently. So now we already have a cloud. So now what Ajay will do? Ajay will go to DevOps team, DevOps or platform team, and raise a request to get cloud access. Let's say like John is the cloud engineer who took the request and he is going to grant access to Ajay user. So let's take a simplified scenario, guys. What is the scenario that we are taking? We are taking a simplified scenario. So this is a scenario that which we are trying to build it. Okay. So we have two users, guys. One is my cloud engineer, or we can call him as a platform engineer, or if no one is there, then it is a DevOps engineer. So now we have two users. So one user is my DevOps engineer. Okay, what's happening? I'm not getting it, guys. That's fine. I'll keep it simple. I'll keep this icon. Yeah. So we have two engineers, guys, here who are working. So first engineer name is Ajay. Okay. And we have another guy who is our DevOps engineer, who is our John. So now first requirement is going to come from Ajay. So what Ajay will say, Ajay will go ahead and he will say like, hey man, I have a requirement. So what he will say, he will go and he will ask John like, hey John, can you please help me out? What is the requirement? Requirement is like, can you create my account? So first requirement is coming from a John. So where John is telling like, John is requesting, sorry, Ajay is requesting John to create a account. Okay, I'll give it a open. So let's say like we have two users. So one is like we have Ajay, and second user, let's say like I have. So now what Ajay will do is like Ajay will go to John and he will start asking, okay, can you create account? Now what John is going to do, he will go ahead and he will log into our AWS cloud. This is what? This is the AWS cloud. Now in the AWS cloud, I have my service. What is the service? Service is my IAM. He will opt for the IAM, and in the IAM, he is going to select an option called users. And once he selected an option called users, he will go ahead and he will create a user called Ajay. If you see the workflow here, Ajay is going to raise a request. This is the first task. Once this guy raise a request, John received the request. He will go ahead and he will try to log into the AWS cloud. After he log in, he is going to select the IAM service where he is going to opt for users. And then finally, he is going to create my user called Ajay. Once this guy created user called Ajay, then finally what he is going to do, he will go ahead and he will share the credentials. So this is what? This is my system. So what is the work that we are going to do here, guys? Requirement from Ajay is going to come to John. So where John will log in, he will create he will try to create a IAM user and he is going to pass on the credentials. Once you pass on the credentials, then what Ajay finally is going to do? Ajay finally he will go and he will try to log into the AWS account and he will try to verify his access. This is our final target. So how we are going to achieve this and how we are going to create this, what we are going to discuss. So you can log into your AWS accounts, guys. Once you log into your AWS account, you can start searching for IAM. Once you click on IAM, it will give you a drop down. Select the IAM service. So once you select your IAM service, on the left hand side, you see there is a button called users. What do we have? We have a button called users. Click on it. So here, what am I going to do? I am going to click on a button called create a user. There is a small button here called create a user. Click on it. So now under the username details, who is the requester? What is the requester name, guys?
Ajay.
Go ahead, I'll give the Ajay. So here, there is a small option, guys, where you can see provide user access to the AWS management console. Means, is Ajay user going to log into the AWS management console? If he wants to log in, then you have to enable this button. So now you might be thinking, sir, how come, sir? Ajay definitely wants to log in. That's the reason we are creating this account, right? If that is the case, then why such kind of an option is available? So guys, this option is available because you can create a IAM user for your automation purpose as well. Let's say like you want to integrate your automation framework like your Ansible or like your Terraform or your shell scripting or your AWS CLI. You need to have a IAM user with the CLI privileges. You don't need to have a GUI. Okay, let me tell you what is a CLI and what is a GUI. Whenever I say like a CLI stands for command line interface. Whenever we talk about a GUI, it is graphical user interface. So what do we have guys here? Here we are having CLI and GUI. So graphical user interface is nothing but my console access. So CLI, we use it for automation. In the future classes, we will use this one. But for now, we will stick with the console. Now Ajay wants to have console access. What Ajay wants? Ajay wants to have console access. Let's try to create console. I want to create an IAM user. I want to create an IAM user. So it is giving me auto-generated password. Would you like to go with auto-generated password? You can click on show. Or else click on custom password. You can give whatever you want. Let's say like I'll give Ajay@1234. I'm simply taking my user's password as Ajay@1234. Now there is an option available here, guys. Can any one of you tell me what this option is? Why do we need this option? Any guess from anyone?
See, the user can change the password once you log in
They
the
can
first
reset
time.
the password once they have the access.
So who is setting the password, guys, for Ajay user?
Admin.
For the first time, it is admin.
Which means like admin will come to know the password of Ajay, right?
Yeah.
So that is the reason we are setting this option so that Ajay must and should he will change his password for the first time login. When Ajay is trying to log in for the first time, mandatorily it will force Ajay to change his, without which it is not going to. This is the reason. Now what I will do, I will go ahead and I'll click on next. Click on. So now I'm not going to explain about these options, guys. Let's leave them. We will come back and we will learn. Click on next. And finally click on create a user. Click on create a user. So now my user is ready. My user is ready. So what is the user? User is my Ajay user. User is what? User is Ajay. Now let me ask you a simple question. Let's say I have two different companies. Let's say this company is like something like TCS. I will keep IBM. Now I have two employees. Both the employees' name is Ramesh. Can I have two employees with the same name in different companies?
In different companies because the domain will be different.
Think of it. I have two users. These two users' name is Ramesh only, and these two users are part of two different companies. Is it possible? Can we have? No.
Could you please repeat it? Sure.
Your voice is not audible, Shan. Can you
Not
repeat?
audible. Hey. Yes, you guys are right, huh? Connection is unstable.
Oh, it was a bit low.
Okay. Okay. Guys, now can you hear me?
Yeah. It's
Okay. So, yeah. So the question is like, I have a TCS company and I have IBM company. I have two employees working there. Both the employees' names are Ramesh. Is it possible to have an employee in two different companies with the same name?
Yes.
Same
It's
employee or
possible.
different employee?
Same employee. No, same employee cannot say. You can't work more than one company. No? Okay.
But
So
TCS
two
is a
different
different
employees.
tenant, IBM is a different tenant, so it is okay.
That's okay. Okay. Good. So now, how do you identify which Ramesh is working for which company?
Maybe ID.
Maybe.
Employee
ID.
How
ID.
do you identify?
With ID creation.
They
Employee
have
ID.
their unique ID code.
Email ID.
So,
Employee email.
their email ID, very nice. So, whenever I get a Ramesh at the rate TCS.com, whenever I get Ramesh at the rate IBM.com. Two different employees working for two different companies. Well and good. Now let's come to the AWS part. How many of you have created your accounts, guys, today? At least two,
Okay.
guys.
Yeah.
You have created. Chai, I also created. So this is my AWS account 1 and this is my AWS account 2. Now in AWS account 1, I am creating a user called Ajay. And in AWS account 2, I am creating a user called Ajay. Can I create?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
I can create it, now.
yes.
Yes.
Now, when Ajay user wants to log in, how he is going to identify that he is part of this particular account? Did you understand the problem statement, guys, here? When Ajay wants to log in, tell me, sir.
if they are
When
using their email ID or while login, right?
I don't have any email ID, na?
The
Username.
You only I created.
Username.
Username is same, right? Then how do you
First-
ensure that this user is logging into this account only and this user is logging into this account only? So that's the reason AWS have come up with a concept called Account ID. Important interview question, guys. In an interview panel, someone have asked, tell me how many digits that you have in your account ID. You will have 12-digit account. So, like the way when Ramesh wants to enter into IBM, what he will do? He will show his identity card where it will say like he is part of IBM. Likewise, Ramesh from TCS will show his identity card. Similarly, when Ajay wants to log into his account, he have to know what is his 12-digit account ID. It is mandatory that you should be having your 12-digit account. Now, how are we going to get this ID or where are we going to get this? Okay, so when you log into your AWS account, once you log into your AWS account, you will see your 12-digit account ID 6190711387. Okay, so you are having your 12-digit account ID directly. And this 12-digit account ID is unique in nature, guys. Means like if you are creating one AWS account, that account will be having one unique identity that will never change. And the same ID will not be allocated for others. It's a unique number. You, your friend, even if you are creating 100 accounts, then you will be getting 100 accounts. It's not going to be the same. Which means when an IAM user, let's go back to our work. This is our work, right? What did we do? We are done with the request. Ajay have raised the request. I logged in. I opted IAM. I opted for users. I created the user. And finally, what did I do? I shared the credentials with Ajay. Now, Ajay user is holding these credentials, where finally what he is going to do, he is going to verify his account details. Let's see how he is going to verify the account details. Let me take a private window, guys. So how do you take a private window? Go and select these three dots on the right hand side and click on a new incognito window. I'll repeat it, guys. Go select these three dots on the right hand side, click on new incognito window, and then give aws.amazon.com. aws.amazon.com. Click on sign in. Click on sign in. Now, what kind of a user is our Ajay? What kind of a user is this, guys? Ajay? Is a root user or IAM user?
IAM user.
Right.
IAM user.
I
So
am.
if you are a root user, then select this one. Sign in using the root user email. If you are not a root user, then give your 12-digit account ID. So what is a 12-digit account ID? This is my 12-digit account. Copy it, paste it. What is the username? Username is Ajay. What is the username password? I have given something. I'll click on sign. So now what it is asking, guys, it is forcing me to change the password. Why it is forcing me to change the password?
Because of the option we had choose there.
It was given by the administrator.
Good. So since administrator enforced the password change during the first time login, this guy is forcing me to change it. I'll go to the new password, then I will give the new password. Finally, what I'll do, I'll click on confirm password. So now I'll click on continue. So finally, where are we? Finally, we are landing onto our AWS account, where you can clearly see that I have successfully logged in to my account with my user called Ajay. Successfully, what did I do? I have logged in successfully to the Ajay account. Now the question here is like, AWS is providing me n number of services like EC2, VPC, RDS, S3, Lambda, whatnot, many services. Is Ajay going to have access for all these services? What do you feel?
No, we have to enable the root user has to enable the services whichever required.
Exactly. Thanks so much. Guys, think of this question. We created as a user. Now AWS is providing me more than 100 and 150 services. Now is Ajay user is going to get access to everything by default?
No.
I think
No.
root user has to set whatever the permission.
Means if Ajay goes to EC2, he starts getting an error message. This is what? You are not authorized to perform. Let's say like this guy goes to RDS. So what's going to happen? He cannot create anything. So when you go to the databases, so it clearly throw him an error saying like, man, what are you doing here? You are not authorized to perform this activity. So which means like whatever the user which we have created right now, it is what? It is just a dummy user where there is no access. In tomorrow's session, we will try to explore a bit more about our policies. How do we create a policy? How do we differentiate between default policies and like AWS managed policies and user managed policies? What is the role? How we are going to use the role? All those things we will see it in your next class, right? So guys, before you leave, I would like to add a small thing, right? So starting from this batch, since this is our first batch, so we are planning to have a small thing, guys. That is, since this course is going to be, taking so much time that it will take 4 months time. So what am I planning is like every month, and we will have 2 days session where in that month, whatever the topics that which you guys are going to study, or whatever the topics that which we are going to cover. Let's say like in this 1 month we are going to cover AWS, or maybe if time permits Linux, or if time permits I might go with Azure. Whatever the topics that which we will cover, on those topics we will have interview questions. So where I will be calling one by one and I will start asking you the questions. Where the expectation from your side is you have to answer the questions whatever I'm going to ask. I'll just keep the exercise simple, guys. Okay, it's kind of like a question and answers. So where we are validating where you guys stand every month. What are the subjects that you guys are going to learn every month end? We will have a 2 days or a 3 days session where I will try to come up with all the interviews and I'll start asking you guys where you guys can, you can tally or you can validate where you guys stand. It will be, I feel like it is more, more interesting. So where, you will start practicing and you start concentrating on the month end. Okay. So expectations from your side is like you have to do the practice on a daily basis and you have to ensure that you guys are, coming up with the doubts, whatever you have. And what are the, wherever you stuck, wherever you want to learn something, just ensure that you guys are filling all the gaps and be ready by month end. So this 4 months, we are going to follow the same exercise. So we will ensure that all you guys are learning properly. The ultimate goal is like making you guys to feel comfortable with the platform and making you guys ready for the interviews. This is the ultimate goal. Okay. Thank you so much guys for joining for the session. If you guys are having any doubt, please stay back and clear them. Otherwise, we can say bye.
Thank you, Shyam.
Okay.
Thanks, Sean. Good night.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yeah, Kishore.
Sir, any limitations for IAM service in entire version?
Limitations in terms of users, we have it. In terms of group also we have maximum 5,000 users you can get part of it, and a single user can have only 10 groups.
Okay.
So beyond
10
that,
groups.
it will not be 10 groups.
Okay.
These are the limitations.
Okay. Sir, in the example that you mentioned that Ajay is working on TCS and Ramesh is working on TCS and Ramesh is working on IBM, and how to identify, how to segregate these. Like you have said that there is an account ID concept, right?
Yes. Yes.
So in the account ID concept, say for example, Ramesh from TCS can have the same account ID in the IBM.
No, we cannot have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a globally unique for every single user.
It's a unique. If you see your account number and if you see my account number, they will be always unique. You don't see any similarity. So this is how we can differentiate between multiple. Otherwise, you will not have a unique identifier. You will lose the identity.
And generally, like something like I'm just jumping a topic here. So something like in the Azure, like if I want to add in users to certain group or something like so say for example I want to add in 5,000 users to one group. Individually, it's not possible. So at the time in Power Automate, we create a flow and we load the all users to one single group. So here, is there any feature like that? If there is any bulk number of users?
We will discuss these things, right? Just now, today only we started it, right?
So there is a
Slowly
possibility.
you will be learning. Yes.
So,
okay. Any other concepts? Cool, guys. If no doubts, let's connect tomorrow.
thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You too. See you guys. Bye.